And, it started with Hippocrates, at least, 2,500 years ago, when in the book called On the Sacred Disease, he said, well, the mind just comes from your head. And unfortunately, I don't think he meant this, but, that would mean that the self, which people feel was a creation of the mind, is emerging from your head alone instead of your relationships. And that's not an indigenous people's view. No. That's kind of the view of modern philosophy and modern medicine. And so we get, it's like fish in a fish tank, or, in the ocean, you don't really know the water you're swimming in. We swim in the noosphere, the world of information that Teilhard de Chardin talked about, this culture. What culture is we swim in this ocean of ideas. And one of the toxic ideas is of the separate self. Yeah. So in most languages, you get a linguistic symbol that tells you who you are is in that body. And there's a category called self that's different from other. And it's why I've been pushing for us to consider words like self-regulation. I try to call it inner regulation or interregulation, right. Or self-compassion should be called inner compassion. And the other is intercompassion, or even things like, self-awareness. Well, let's be very careful of these words because they are like hidden toxins that keep on poisoning our individual and collective ways we understand things. So that, the fun thing about Mui is you say it, people smile, they laugh, and they go, oh, I get it. I have a feeling of relief. I am not just this body. I am all of us here listening to this podcast now. I am the trees. I am the water. I am the sky, literally like that. So I recently did a social justice meeting, and they wanted us to start with, our positionality is the word, and, to identify as white, to identify as male or non-binary, whatever. And I said, I want to participate in this, and I'm going to do it as best I can, but I need your help, because I guess the furthest extent I would go with this to feel authentic and honest with my experience is I will identify myself as a living being on earth. But beyond that, and I will distinguish myself in a sense from a rock, that I am a living being. But I actually feel like the trees surrounding this, auditorium are me. Mm-hmm. And the world, even the water, is me. So maybe I need to go beyond just living beings. But if you are going to tell me that I'm a human being, I start feeling uncomfortable because I think I'm more than that. And if you tell me I'm a white human being, then I feel really like, what does that really mean? And then if you go, a male white human being, I understand culture wants to put me in that category. And I understand there may be a white privilege going on here that I don't need to worry that I'm black and people disregard me. So I am a white male, so I'm the dominant one in America or whatever. I totally respect that, and let's talk about that. But if you're asking me from the inside out what my identity is, I got to just be honest and say, I'll go with living being on earth.
Thank you for tuning in to the Science of Psychotherapy. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell so that we can reach more people and bring you more Science of Psychotherapy. And if you're a mental health professional, check us out at thescienceofpsychotherapy.com.